It is day 8 of designing Animal Crossing Island on hard mode. We have Mabel back again, but yesterday was our first ever market day where Nook's Cranny was actually open. We were able to do a ton of shopping, and now today Mabel's here. That's pretty cool. We also have just whatever Tom Nook is going to say. Molly finally moved in. That's fantastic. A week later. And listen, today things change a little bit. And not just because Grimvale is becoming a rather bustling place and Tom Nook is going to let us put down more home plots. And not because Resident Services is about to relocate to a building. And not even because I need to check the recycle box. No, today, my friends, marks the second week of our hard mode challenge. And now that week 2 is here, we have mail from Luna. Not this isn't really the mail I'm talking about. We have a different mail from somebody else. As per our rules, we must complete a special challenge every week minus week 1. So the way this is going to work is that every single Monday, I need to open up my, Discord mailbox and see which creator submitted a challenge that I will have the entire week to complete. Ooh, gold nugget, sweet. That's a sign of good luck. Or maybe I just used up all my luck and these challenges are going to ruin me. Because if I don't complete the challenge, I basically have to go into next Monday with another challenge, and then I'm going to have 2 different challenges to complete before the third week. It's going to get messy. And I don't know what happens if I fail to complete them. I'm going into this assuming I can actually complete them. Listen, it would probably help if you had a little bit of faith that I could actually do it, okay? So I won't delay. Here is our first weekly challenge from another creator in our community.
Your ocean is poisoned. Who poisoned the ocean? I don't know, probably Nook. But the only way to cure it is to bribe one super sweet NPC, Pascal. You're challenged with designing him a rockin' shirt, because you gotta give him some gift for unpoisoning your water. And then you gotta get Pascal to show up, which means you need to go diving into poison-infested waters. Strap on your snorkel gear and get swimming. The only way you're gonna get Pascal to show up is to find a scallop. And sometimes it's not the right scallop or something and he doesn't show up, so you just gotta keep swimming and diving until you get a scallop that is satisfactory to Pascal. And then after that, your ocean will no longer be poisonous and you can take off your scuba mask. And then you save the day. Good luck.
We need to now be concerned that overnight or through last week, maybe because we neglected them, our oceans are completely poisoned. So we're gonna have to buy ourselves a snorkel. And we are going to hopefully, not let water into the snorkel so we could survive in the water and find a scallop for Pascal and design him a shirt. Oh, specifically a rockin' shirt. Sherry would like to talk. So we are going to start working on that challenge today. And I have a whole bunch of stuff to do. So we'll just see how far we get. Maybe we look for the scallop and design the shirt tomorrow. I don't know. We'll just see what happens. Anyway, I'll take this present. Hopefully it's something new that I don't have. An air circulator. Okay. I gotta be honest. This isn't like super exciting, but I don't think I can craft it. So yeah, I'll take it. Let's start dishing out presents, which is going to become part of our daily routine as well. If we want to make sure that we're, giving ourselves as many opportunities as possible to earn clothing and furniture. Faith enjoys the stack of cherries and I get a floor lamp. Oh, wow. That's actually a really cool gift. I can't believe Mabel's back already, by the way. We're going to get Able Sisters really quickly. I think this is the last time I have to buy stuff. I guess we'll find out. Yes, it is, because Mabel already wants me to place down the shop. I'm not even getting the offer to buy things. Fortunately for us, I've already scouted out a perfect location for this store. I can only hope it actually fits where I'm imagining it going, which is basically right here. So again, the plan was to put Abel's kind of here and then have a path going up here and then another house like over here. So let's just kind of start messing around with this. So this is one option. We can also move it a little further up if we want it to be closer to the cliff where the path is going to lead up some stairs. And that's, that's not going to work because I think if I put it one tile over, it's going to block the potential path that I want. Where I had it before is kind of, I think, the only spot I can really put it without terraforming. That should even leave us a little bit of room behind it to put maybe a tall piece of furniture or even a tree. I don't know if a tree is going to grow that close to the building and some cliffs, but it could. But what this does is it keeps it pretty well out of the way of the potential path that I'm going to be making. But just to really confirm this, I'm going to dig 4 holes. And this represents, I guess, the maximum width of this path I keep talking about. If you remember, I was going to put a staircase where these 2 holes are. And so that leaves a path that's too wide with like 2 empty tiles around it, or a path that's 4 wide that leads up to a staircase that's 2 wide. Either way, I'd be pretty happy with this layout. And oh my gosh, do I finally get to pop my first balloon? Wait, where's my slingshot? Okay, get that put over here. Oh my gosh. This is probably just gonna be a crafting material. Small silk hat. Okay, I'll take it. Maybe that wasn't my first balloon. These days are all running together. Maybe that was not my first because I did not get any points for popping that. But yeah, this is a great gift to get from a balloon. Anyway, okay, back to work. So Able Sisters right here, or back a little bit right here. So putting Able Sisters right here means that it butts right up against that potential path that's 4 tiles wide. I think this is kind of the perfect spot, and I'm going to go ahead and we're just going to commit to this. And again, I can't change it later, so this is a bit nerve-wracking. Here it is. All right, that's it. It is set in stone. I guess what I would do now is I would put a house right here. Maybe the back of the house will line up with the back of Able Sisters. And that gives us a little bit of room right here and right here to kind of play with for decorating as we start actually designing the town a little more heavily later on. Mabel seems pleased. And now I can go back to doing my daily tasks, such as cutting down the money tree, popping any balloons we find. This one had 30,000 bells in it, not bad. Planting a new money tree, digging up our fossils, barging in on the neighbors, being really nosy and making them teach me what they're doing. Oh, a Cosmos wreath. I'll never use that. Farming the money rock, locating and learning our beach DIY, which is the log pack. Okay, that's a clothing item. And I don't know, I guess gifting more villagers. I think that was a rundown of all the main things I wanted to get done for our daily tasks today. Here's a gift, Samson. Now give me something in return. A text shirt, another piece of clothing. Still no pants, though, of course. Let's start making friends with Molly. We definitely don't want her to leave anytime soon, like ever. And then I'll go ahead and hand in my fossils and everything. And from there, we need to have a really serious discussion. Tomorrow, Tom Nook is going to close down this tent, and I'm not going to have access to it. And when it returns, it's going to be the resident services building. So let's check the recycle bin and learn that we have a cardboard box and a cardboard box in here. Okay, you know what? I'll take those. And we'll get our points as well. They're not going to let us break our streak, which is cool. So we're still getting 300 points when we check this. And this wasn't part of the serious discussion, but while I'm here, one of the things I need to do is buy a Nook Ink snorkel. Because I was challenged, and part of the challenge is, you know, wear the snorkel to protect yourself from poison, I'm going to go ahead and make this purchase. And since we won't have access to this tomorrow, I'm going to buy the fences too. Now, all of that was more than I wanted to spend on points. And that plays into this discussion we need to have. And that is a discussion about costs versus time. You see, we're about 8 days into this challenge now. And at this time, my house is still the smallest house. But there's another issue as well. Tomorrow, or the next day rather, when Tom Nook comes back with the resident services building, I'm going to be allowed to place down villager plots. But in order to place them down, if I'm not mistaken, I have to buy them, and I think each one costs like 10K. Now, given the speed at which we're moving through this challenge, which is slow, it is in my very best interest to buy as many houses as possible, get them placed down, and get villagers to live in them ASAP. In order to even be eligible for 3 stars, I think I need at least 8 villagers living on the island. So at minimum, I have to place down 3 houses, which I think will cost about 30K. I could look it up, but I don't feel like it. We'll know soon enough. By the time you leave a comment telling me, I'll already know. Don't worry. I can't believe I didn't catch that. I was like right on top of it. It's so annoying. The other thing I'm going to need, though, to place down these houses isn't just the money, but I need points. And not just the points we get from doing the ×2 tasks every day and things like that. Like, I need points. I'm trying my best to stack the deck in my favor and invite villagers that are in the top 10 or very, very close to potentially being top 10. And it's difficult. This is a very difficult thing to do. We're pretty fortunate to have 2 in the top 10 already. That goal is met, but only temporarily. Both Zucker and Molly could decide to leave before this 30 days is up, and that's it. There's nothing I can do about that. Now, at the time you're watching this, it's September 29th, so you still have a little more time to vote for Samson. If enough of you cast your votes for Samson, he might make it into this top 10, and it does risk pushing Zucker out of the top 10, but at least it's kind of a wash then. At least we have 2 villagers in the top 10 still. I feel like Molly at number 5 is going to be okay, even though she did move down from rank 4 last month. But Samson here already has climbed quite a bit from rank 201 to 62, and you only have a few days left to get him from 62 to in the top 10. Once the voting closes on October 1st, meaning like the new month rolls over, it'll be too late to vote or do anything about changing the rankings. I can beg all I want, but at the time of recording this, we're not going to be doing this series after October, so there's no point in voting once it's October. It might help to cast an extra vote or two while you're there for Zucker and Molly. It will eat into the amount of votes you can cast for Samson, but maybe it keeps them in the top 10 as well, and so we'll have potentially 3 chances. And that would be pretty good. I would definitely throw 1 at Zucker, if anything. And I hadn't said this until now, so a lot of you have already cast your votes, but it's fine. Anyway, why is any of that relevant right now? Well, it's because I have to use the tickets I have to invite whoever I can, because it is now more important to get villagers on the island than it is to be picky about who we get on the island. We're going to have a campsite villager that we're going to need to move in, and I can't be picky about whoever that is. It is who it is, and we take them. Then we'll have 2 more villager hunts we can do to get up to 8 houses. And those 2 hunts can be, 1 ticket each, or I can try to build up some more points so that we can afford to be like a little picky. And then when it comes to money, I am doing some things to try and like up our chances. I'm of course getting the money rock whenever I can. I'm planting money trees every day, and I'm starting to grow a larger fruit farm. Once Leaf comes by, I'll buy crops, and we'll start actually growing some crops as well. So I'm not too worried about paying down my first home loan or anything, but we're not going to be able to do it today because Nooks is closed, and we're going to have to use only the Dropbox to make money, which only pays out the following day. And unless we get lucky and this balloon has another 30K in it, there's just not much I could do to pay down almost 100,000 bells of debt right now. But I don't know. Let's see. It's another gold nugget. Maybe, you know what? If I just sell one of these, I mean, I know it's the Dropbox, but that's 8,000 bells. I don't know. We could put enough in the Dropbox today to get there, but I need the money for placing down plots, and I feel like I have to kind of forego my first big house upgrade for this, but I don't know, to be honest. I really don't know. I kind of wish I had built house upgrades into the rules so that I'd have even less of a decision to make here. It would just be, oh, I'm required to have my house upgraded by this much. But because I kind of left that up in the air, I'm tempted to focus more on the island itself than I am my own house. Because if I have to only have a couple rooms by the end of this and get it to S tier, that's pretty doable. Getting the island to 5 stars without time traveling in 30 days is the challenge. That is the whole thing we're doing, and it's very, very difficult. So that's where I'm at right now with it. My plan is to just hold on to my money for a bit, get these house plots plopped down. Eventually, we'll get all 10 of them, but 8 is the main goal right now. Get to 3 stars, unlock the rest of the tools we're going to need for any kind of terraforming we might need to do. I definitely need path tools because I'm going to be using the paths that you get once you unlock 3 stars. And then once we're able to actually place down paths and stuff, that's when things are going to start really moving in a different direction. Instead of all this kind of waffling about every day, doing a couple daily tasks, I'm going to have building projects to do. And every day is going to probably focus on a different project. So anyway, this very boring weed picking montage was my way of, getting rid of some weeds and also just letting you know where things are at now that we're 1 week into this. Anyway, let's collect our Nook Miles points before they stack up any higher and we accidentally do tasks that could have popped in here and earned us more points. So we got customization done. We got the fossils done. We will be diving today thanks to Cora's challenge. I can tend to flowers really easily, so doing 5 of these is easy. I can grow a fruit tree and, I don't know, just throw it away or keep it. I'm avoiding catching 5 fish because I'm very lazy. Oh, and also I get this for doing some, I think, customizing. Oh, and Sherry was trying to hang out with me, and I rudely started running away. But I need to run away because I'm in a hurry. I have to get my diving suit, which I already have on me. What I meant to say was I need to clear my inventory. Except, as I say that, I just realized I can't go diving today. I forgot part of Cora's challenge was that the ocean is poisoned. So I don't have a snorkel, and therefore I'm not protected from the poison, and I can't dive today. Dang it. Okay, diving's tomorrow. I guess we'll just move on to catching 5 bugs. And that task is now complete. Let's see what else we get. Well, I do have flower seeds now, so we could plant these. And I definitely can tend flowers. I'm standing right next to my flowers that I have grown, so we can do that right now. There's another balloon in the distance, and this time it's yellow. In my experience, yellow balloons typically have the best stuff attached to them. So let's just wait back here, grab this real quick. It is, this. Okay. I was getting a bit tired of the leotard, so yeah, we'll rock this for a bit. At least with the lack of clothing right now, this one feels like it makes a little more sense. Let's plant a cherry tree. There we go. I actually caught the tiger beetle this time. And then while we're planting stuff, yeah, let's go ahead and plant some, I guess, mums would be good. I'm probably going to want to get some hybrids of some kind at some point. So yeah, we'll start with mums. I haven't quite considered where I want to start like a little hybrid flower garden. I'm just going to put it in front of my house for now. These will probably move, but we're going to plant 5. I don't know if it counts to tend to flowers that haven't grown yet, but I'll just go ahead and water them to see if it gives me the points for flower tender. And it did. That's perfect. And yeah, we have a whole bunch of stuff now. So we planted a fruit tree. We tended flowers. We planted flower seeds. We got some more points for planting flowers. We got some points for watering flowers. Yeah, that was pretty good. That was a nice little run there. And in the spirit of earning even more points, I'm going to go ahead and sell some weeds and chop some trees. It should be good to get rid of all of this stuff. So that is a daily task of selling weeds, as well as another like one-off task of selling weeds. You get a lot of points for selling like a lot of these. And yeah, we might be able to, if I continue plucking them off the island, get another batch of points there. I don't know if I want to because I'm going to need them for crafting. But yeah, I always struggle with getting that particular task done, those one-off tasks of selling weeds. You just never know. What if you need them? I'm going to be lazy about my tree chopping task and just use a regular axe to chop 2 from each one. This could probably break. I've used it a lot, but I don't feel like making a flimsy axe right now. It does give me some points for chopping wood either way. And I would like to find some more things to sell to get this 5,000 bells one too. Let's do shells, why not? Yeah, that'll be more than enough. There we go. And the next task is to plant another fruit tree. I think I'm feeling pretty good already about the amount of points we have, because tomorrow there's not gonna be much to do other than kind of get points. Oh, and we got this for just selling shells. That's hard to say no matter what context. Time to get this tiger beetle donated. Then grab a present from Faith. Just randomly. She just wanted to give me a springy ride-on. Oh, fun. These are always great little outdoor decorations. There's a handful of varieties of them. I really like them. They're one of those decorations that you kind of want like as many as possible. So, you know, I'll just take the one for now. This is great. Anyway, what I was gonna say before I was interrupted by Faith and the springy ride-on is that I think from here, it's in my best interest to rest up a little bit, because tomorrow's going to be a big grind. Resident services won't be available and we need to be farming points. So join us tomorrow. That video is going to be on screen when it's ready. Otherwise, be sure to subscribe and I will see you tomorrow.